Sir. The next business speaker presentation is from Ecotech, Bangalore.
Morning to you all. I'm Dr. Anant. I'm the director of a company called Ecotech Engineering. Ecotech Engineering, we have been in the business of wastewater treatment, domestic sewage treatment, industrial wastewater treatment for the last 33 years in Bangalore. And now we are expanding our footprint across India. We have opened a branch office in Pune and shortly in Hyderabad as well. Our main business model is we design treatment plants, we execute treatment plants, we operate and maintain treatment plants. And another thing we do, which is very, very unique to us, is we take up dysfunctional plants, do whatever surgery which is required to be done, and we take up the operation and maintenance. This has been a major business for us. Ever since the government mandated that 50 apartments or 100 apartments and more should have STPs. So we are talking about the big municipal plants like Mr. Frank Avila's billion-liter BLD plants. I'm talking at the other end of the spectrum, the extreme end of the spectrum, 25 KLD, 50 KLD, 100, 500 KLD plants, which are proliferating across all the cities in India now. I'll just take you through some of the... Yeah, so there are three cardinal rules for a good wastewater treatment plant. Proper design of a treatment plant, proper engineering of a treatment plant, and then once you have a proper design and engineering, it also requires proper operation and maintenance. All three things must be at 100%. And above it all, I'm a trained chemical engineer, apart from being an environmental engineer. So I know there's a zeroth law in wastewater treatment technology. That is selection of the appropriate treatment technology in STPs. And in fact, I'll just give you, I have very limited time. This is a 2-hour presentation. I have been given 10 minutes. So I'll just touch upon the issues, the basic problems Indian cities face in terms of STPs and our recommendation and our solution. STPs in Bangalore, we have studied this in great detail. There are over 2,400 residential, commercial, industrial, small, micro, mini, and small treatment plants. And nearly 350 million liters per day of sewage is under treatment in these plants, or supposed to be under treatment. Over 80% or 85% of these STPs are defunct. I'm not saying this. This our minister, Environment Minister, Central Environment Minister, Shri Prakash Javadekar, happens to mention this. This is because the wrong technology used in Bangalore, which is the SBR. I'm a chemical engineer. I understand the benefits of batch reactions. I understand the benefits of fluidized bed reactions and everything. But then, it just doesn't apply. The advantages of an SBR or an MBBR does not accrue in all these micro, mini, and small plants. It's exactly the opposite. So the wrong technology, incorrect design, poor engineering, and high operational costs. When a small community, like 100, 150, 200 apartments are required to maintain and operate their plants, it is going to run into, let us say, 1.5 lakh rupees per month, which adds roughly about 1,000 rupees in the maintenance cost for the flat. This is just not viable. So correct technology selection is very important. We have to also optimize the operational costs. We have now moved into Pune, and a similar situation exists. There are more than 600 STPs, and in the case of Pune, it is not SBR, it is the MBBR which is causing all the problems. It's wrong technology. Again, same 80 to 85% of the STP is dysfunctional, and our major work now in many of these cities, including Bangalore and Pune, is to take up dysfunctional plants, do necessary surgery, modification, rectification, upgradation, expansion, whatever you call it, and take up the operation and maintenance and show the results. Again, the same problem, MBBR. So the STP diseases which we have diagnosed, Bangalore suffers from SBRitis, Pune suffers from MBBRitis. This is the basic background and this thing. So I will not go into the technical aspects of why these problems are. People who do not understand STP technologies are the fellows who float these tenders, RFQs. So typical RFQs like this. Yeah, go to next. So what we are talking about is nearly, in the case of Bangalore city, there's rupees 1,600 crore of STP assets lying idle, which is not functioning properly. And we need only about 20 to 25% of the total cost to resuscitate these plants. This will result in huge savings potential in fresh water demand, saving the environment, and then it makes the communities self-sufficient and ensures their water security up to 50 to 60%. Next. Community can be about 60% self-sufficient. 100 KLD STP. This is in the case of Bangalore, where the water costs about 80 rupees per kiloliter. 100 KLD STP is self-sustaining. That is, operation cost equals and it's break-even. Making money from STP if you are over 100 KLD. You are making money. The STP is the only infrastructure in a residential complex or a commercial complex which can generate revenue. Payback period in months. Okay, these are some of the technical aspects. I will just pass over all these things and come to the thing. So, our recommendation, we have been practicing engineers for more than 30, 40 years now. We understand STP technologies very well, and we still recommend the age-old extended aeration activated sludge process as the most suited, most appropriate technology for these micro, mini, and small plants. And this is based on actually a study. STPs in Bangalore, yeah. Next. So the Karnataka State Pollution Control Board asked us to author a book on these STPs to guide people in the communities who inherit STPs from the builders and developers. So the STP guide is basically based on the extended aeration activated sludge. It's available on the website, the Pollution Control Board website. And there are so many variants of these STPs which are totally dysfunctional in Karnataka, Bangalore, and other cities. Next. There's something called electrocoagulation, then the SBR, the MBBR. Yeah, please go on. Yeah, so most of these STPs lack proper design, in fact, incorrect technology, lack proper engineering, and lack in proper equipment and selection of equipment required for that particular technology. That is why we say extended aeration is still the best, because it is robust. It can be operated by unskilled people with just a little bit of training. It is very robust. It runs, as Mr. Avila said, for hundreds of years. Our oldest plant is now 30 years old. It is based on the extended aeration plant. Many of these are all technical logic, reasoning, scientific reasoning, and practical reasoning. Why we have concluded that extended aeration is still the best technology, and this is what we operate and maintain nearly 80 plants in Bangalore, and now we have started about half a dozen plants in Pune. All of them are extended aeration, all of them working satisfactorily, and all of them giving excellent quality water, which we recycle and reuse for toilet flush, for gardens, and for car wash. And in many of our commercial establishments where the cooling towers are there, cooling requirement, HVAC, we reuse for the cooling towers, just adding a softener. So in the commercial establishments, we recycle 100% of the STP water. Next. These are all some of the technicals. If you are interested, Mr. Bhaskar will forward to you. These are some case studies of SBR against extended aeration in respect of small and mini plants. Please don't get me wrong, I'm not against SBR or MBBR. They are excellent technologies, fine technologies in their own right, in their own place, in their own setting. So when we convert many of these SBR, MBBR plants to conventional extended aeration plants, the question asked is, why do we not recommend or support these modern technologies? My answer to that thing, go to the last slide. Go to the last slide. Yeah. The question, yeah, next. So these are all the technical logic and reasoning. Next. Yeah, this is the kind of water we get. This is an MBBR plant, 435 KLD MBBR plant in Pune, which we recently converted and commissioned as an extended aeration plant. Within the existing system, although the claim is MBBR occupies less footprint, less energy, the extended aeration of the same STP occupied less space and less energy. This is the quality of water, and we are going to recycle and reuse in our toilet flush. Next. This we have developed a DWAT system, originally developed in Germany. We have now adapted for urban conditions in a metropolitan city, and this is the quality of water we get for our micro STPs, 20, 25, 30 KLD STPs. In fact, we are operating and maintaining a plant which is 25 KLD in Bangalore, 25 KLD plant for an apartment complex. So these are the challenges and issues in Indian cities which we face. And you know about these lake pollutions and all. It is caused by these STPs which are not working. The 80 to 85% STPs, which I say are not working, is the cause for major pollution. This is a 60 KLD ANBR plant. This is totally anaerobic plant. This is the first one. The first one is after the anaerobic system. The middle one is after the carbon filter, and the third one is after disinfection. We have tried various disinfection chemicals, and we have finally zeroed in on KMNO4, potassium permanganate, to be most suited for these anaerobic systems. Next, please. Go on. Yeah. So this is a summary and conclusion. Yeah, last one. From a long-term perspective, under Indian conditions, Indian cities, under our specific systems, EAAS, external activated sludge, is still the most appropriate technology. All others are not correct. Their technology is good enough in their own place. So the question asked, why not modern technology? I have a simple answer for that. Next one. Next. Yeah, this on the one hand, we have the bullet train, which is very modern technology. On the right, you see the Bombay local train, which is also useful. You cannot transplant a bullet train to a Bombay suburban local setting. This is what I mean. What is required is not modern technology. What is required is what is most suitable, what is most appropriate for our setting. And in our case, it is the extended aeration. I hold no copyright, no patent on extended aeration. It is our own actual experience of operation maintenance, designing plants, executing plants, operation and maintaining plants. So this is what we need to do. Thank you all.